like, and subscribe. I don't know what's going on in this country, but I can tell you this for sure. The president of this country, the Congress, and the Supreme Court are all appointed duties under the Constitution, which they must follow. The Constitution gives the president, executive branch of government, Congress, legislative branch of government, and the Supreme Court, judicial branch of government. They get their powers from the Constitution. They cannot change the Constitution because nothing in the Constitution allows them permission to change the Constitution. The Constitution is about checks and balances. Each state, each branch of government has the ability to check and balance the other ones. Now, United States citizens have the right to bear arms against any external and internal threats of the Constitution. Now, Trump should have had his case adjudicated before he could run for president. Because if he tried to overthrow the government, that is an act of treason, for which he is criminally liable and should be charged. He can't just say, I'm going to be dictator for one day, because the Constitution does not guarantee him the right to do so. Now, and the Supreme Court, the judicial branch of government, cannot give Trump the right to become a dictator. The judicial branch of government job is to interpret, the Supreme Court is to interpret the Constitution. It is to interpret the Constitution and tell the president his limitations, to tell Congress their limitations. It is not to, the Supreme Court cannot override the Constitution. If the Supreme Court tries to override the Constitution, the Supreme Court is in violation of the Constitution. And the military should uphold the Constitution. And if the military does not uphold the Constitution, then it is not doing its job to protect the Constitution, the people of this country, through the Constitution. Now, unless there's some fine wording in the Constitution that no one knows about, then Trump under no circumstance can become a dictator. And I received a letter talking about sign this. It's they want to write a bill called King for the Day to prevent Trump from becoming king for a day, and we're supposed to send him money. No, we're not. No, we're not supposed to send him money from that. That's bullshit. That's total bullshit. He can't do that. He can't legally do it. And the reality of the situation is, before he even ran for president, it should have been adjudicated as to whether or not he tried to overthrow the government, which is a felony, which is treason, which is illegal, and does not allow him to run for president. Evidently, the Illuminati, the rich people, are running this country, and everybody else is in the Congress, the Supreme Court. They all have their heads in the sand like ostrich, and playing like they don't know what's going on. This is BS. This is BS. The Constitution is checks and balance. That's the purpose of the Constitution. It's written checks and balances. With the Supreme Court's job of interpreting the Constitution, not changing it. Nobody has the right to change it. You can amend it, but you can't fundamentally change the Constitution of the United States and become a dictator because you're president. You don't have that authority. Nobody has that authority. That's the purpose of the Constitution. The Constitution is the law. Now the question is, who is going to support the Constitution? Who is going to back up the Constitution? Because right now, it seems that all three branches of government have united to overthrow the Constitution. That is illegal. And that is why citizens of this country have the right to bear arms to protect this country from external and internal threats to the Constitution. Just as simple as that. So the very fact that Trump is president is illegal. It's illegal. You can't try and overthrow the government and then run for president and then publicly state that you're going to be a dictator for a day. You don't have the power to make yourself a dictator under the Constitution. And anyone who tries to, the Supreme Court has to rule on that and say that it is illegal. I mean, let's quit playing games here. It's obviously that the Illuminati is running this joint. And people have the right to bear arms and prevent this from happening. Like, subscribe, and talk to you later.